Welcome to another episode of Los BenchWarmers.
BenchWarmers.
And we're back at where?
Wave Street Studios, Monterey.
Thank you for the space. We appreciate you.
Bench, warmers, warm, bench.
Ooh, I like that.
That's it.
We should
All
get
right.
sponsored by a floor, a bench.
Yeah.
That's
Heater,
a perfect
the
sponsorship.
heated benches.
There you go. Yeah.
Heated benches that come by Los BenchWarmers.
Yeah.
Now, like I've said before, this has become a local landmark since we already sat here. So you can come and take your pictures, pretend we're here, or we're leaving space here, and you can do a green screen, put yourself between us, and you're between two famous people of the area. That's it. All right, so let's argue.
You have to believe.
I believe in some conspiracy theories, but I also don't believe everything a person tells me the first time. I usually don't.
Okay, I have to tell you multiple times then. So start believing me.
But, okay, so you're saying that mind control, right? And this comes from a documentary, MK what?
There was a study, they called it MK Ultra.
MK Ultra. Okay.
There's studies about it. There's PEP was released about it. You can find that study. You can find that connection with what's his name? The guy
Manson.
Charlie Manson. With the assassination of Kennedy.
Okay.
So MK Ultra, or Project MK Ultra, was an illegal human experiment program designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency from 1953 through 1964. And this was developed by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken people and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture.
Yeah, but that's not mind control, bro. How is that controlling your mind? You know what mind control is?
Yes, of course.
It's just like I'm telling
Lord.
you right now, get up.
Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Jesus.
I mean, I understand they
So I'm not-
all fall into the category of government conspiracies. But you can't tell me that, the government designed Manson to do this. No, they probably mess up his brain. I agree with that part. But they didn't control it for him to become a killer, to kill those people. That's what you're implying.
Jack, the guy who shot Oswell when he was coming out from the courtroom.
Yeah, I don't know about
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. You're patient. Jack, he had a nightclub in Texas. He had connection with the mob, whatever. So he came up, shot him, right? So they took him to jail. A doctor came to see him to see if he was crazy or not. Before that, Jack would say, "No, I'm not crazy. I'm in my senses. I'm fine. Todo eso." Doctor came, spent a few hours with him by himself. His lawyer was not impatient. There was no police officers in with him. It was just Jack and a doctor. Doctor came out saying, "Yeah, he's crazy."
But that's illegal, though. That there was no lawyer present.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly my point. Doctor left. He was crazy. From that point, Jack was crazy. From the point he was crazy. He didn't make no sense. He was saying crazy stuff that it just didn't make sense. Where the day before he was fine.
Okay,
he died in jail of
overdose.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer, right?
For how long later? Long time?
Not that long.
Okay.
Because I don't think he didn't even see his day in court.
We don't have to go that far. Like what happened to Epstein? Like it was 5 years ago? Not even. Like he was about to talk and then he hanged himself.
Okay, yeah.
I understand that, but from that to say mind control, I don't know, man.
Like I just don't understand. Why it sounds so, especially MC now with P Diddy and all this other stuff you see happening around the world right now. How crazy it is right now. Like, and saying this and that's crazy. It can never happen. I'm like, yes, it can happen.
No, but no, you're mixing stuff up. I understand that's all crazy, but that's the bad in people. There's been bad people since the beginning of time. Yeah,
exactly.
of course. So you think P. Diddy or whatever his fucking name is now, Doodoo, was created by the government? Come on.
Not by the government, but by the industry, the music industry.
But why would they create? He was already a fucked up dude.
Of course.
Okay,
of course.
so then don't say they created it.
Who gave him power? He was 18 when they gave him his own label company. 18, 19. He was a millionaire.
Who's them?
The music industry, whoever's in charge, whoever.
Well, it's a business, man. If somebody's popular, or they have money, they give you.
I know, but if they can, if I'm not even gonna say okay. I'm a drug dealer. I'm a drug dealer. I love to have parties. I like to have parties and everything. I see a kid. I'm like, okay, he loves this industry. He wants to be something great in the industry, and he's open-minded. I'm really. I can shape him. I know how to control.
Groom him. Yeah.
I can groom him. I can make him mine. Right?
Up to a point.
Up to the point he got caught.
But who is he doing all of this for? Not for himself? So he's not the sick one? It's someone else?
The sick one.
Okay.
The problem, he's the sick one, but he's the face of it. The real people in power.
I buy that.
You think Joe Biden is actually running the country right now? Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way he's waking up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to figure that stuff out.
No.
Estamos viejo. He's not running the country. So this should be an open eyes to everybody. They have the system already in place.
Who's they? He keeps saying they.
Whichever industry. So there's the music industry, the government.
The government.
There's all the different industries.
There's people in government where they want power for themselves.
But that's not just the government. That's everybody.
Oh yes, but we're talking about Joe Biden right now.
Okay.
So Joe Biden is the face, but he's not running the country.
But do you think is there any point where just the president is running the country?
No. I honestly think the last person was Kennedy. Because even Kennedy, when they killed him, Johnson made a deal with Kennedy's enemies, like pretty much the next day, because Kennedy wanted to close the CSI. He didn't want to go into Cuba. Yeah, esa madre. I have dyslexia. And he didn't want to go Cuba. He didn't want to go in war with Vietnam. So after that, it was on. The Vietnam War happened. The CSI was bigger. Thank you. Was bigger than ever. You know what I'm saying? And they were controlling Johnson from the get-go. Right? This is proven even from the beginning of time when Rockefeller, Morgan, and Carnegie joined together and bought the first president ever because they had money to support his campaign, and they controlled him ever since then. But my honestly opinion, the last president who had somewhat of what to say was Kennedy. After that, everybody was in pocket. Even Obama, even Clinton, Reagan. He was an actor. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a little more complex than that.
You think Mexico, the president of Mexico?
Yeah. What?
You think he has nothing to do with the cartel?
Oh, there have to be some deals, and that's
okay.
I mean,
why not here in the United States?
I'm not saying that. It's just like this idea that the wealthy people for sure influence decisions, but just to say I don't know who they are. That's
the beauty of it. Nobody does. That's why they're still in power. If we know who they were, they'll be in jail. They'll be dead because everybody knew of them. That's why they're not.
You can follow the money and get to a certain point, but once you get to the same companies like Vanguard, BlackRock, all
exactly.
These companies own everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything. You can
Rothschild.
You can follow one company all the way back to its origin, and it's BlackRock. It's like one of 4 companies that have
owns everything.
Of, like every product.
And then the board of directors of that company is what, secret?
Their kids.
It's secret?
No, the kids. They're yeah. They're not gonna want you to know who they are.
But like, who's in charge of stuff or who else is involved with that is very hard to find.
I mean, right now there's a big thing going on in Peru, and for the past 10 years, we've had 6 presidents in jail. So that's good, right? Because it shows that we're one of the few countries that puts presidents in jail. But it's also bad because it shows that everybody's corrupt.
Why is it so easy for the cartel to bring tons of drugs in the United States?
Well, there must be a deal there.
With who?
The government.
What government?
The U.S.
Okay.
But
why we don't know about them? Who's they? But we know there's a deal. The cartel uses the trains when
yeah, you told me this before. That
they use the trains of Americans to transfer the tons of drugs. It's not like 1 or 2 pounds. It's tons of drugs to Chicago, and then from Chicago they spread out from everywhere. They'll make it too easy.
But see, why couldn't you even contemplate the idea that it could be a rotten apple in the middle, right? So it's like one of the chiefs of something, it's in it, but it's not. So you think the whole thing is corrupted, or there's a few bad apples in between? That's
the whole thing was corrupt.
Can one person can one person
I'm not saying
create,
one.
Okay, 5. Can 5 person create, design, make, produce, and sell iPhones and the Apple product?
No, but that's yeah.
This is a billion-dollar industry. This is not mom and pops we're talking about here.
Right, but what you're saying is it couldn't work if everybody was that dirty. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
That's why you know about if you. My Lord,
I guess I'm losing his patience here. So for you, it's a lot easier if I say, "Oh yeah, everybody's corrupted." You're right, and that's it.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
I understand it.
It's not only 1 or 2 people. It's a club.
It's a whole system.
It's a whole system. It's what's the name? The Masons, the Illuminatis. The Masons, the Illuminatis. Like, I'm not saying they are,
the
but
Illuminatis.
there are groups like that.
Yeah,
that have in control.
Well, you've seen the interviews with Cat Williams, when he's like, but he also has his own theory. Is not that they're just corrupt. They want to perpetuate racism by making African Americans look feminine, so they are not what do you call it? An idol to follow. That's his theory.
Right.
So, and what's your theory? Is that everybody's corrupted? Why? So they can keep oppressing people and they stay in power?
Yeah, stay in power, keep all the money, run the stuff. At one point on the level, $1 billion, $2 billion, it's not enough. People at that level, they want power. They want to control everything.
No se llenan.
No se llenan.
And do you think this is people that
This is chess for them.
start like that, or it's because they get into it and then they get corrupted? What's your theory on that?
Both.
Both?
Okay. It's why are there so many people that are into, what's the word I'm looking for?
Say they're gonna cut that from the video.
Well, a lot of people are into a certain thing.
Yeah.
The or in power. They have some kind of influence.
No, but
they have idents.
No. There's broke ass people that's just a disease, bro.
No. Of course. But I'm saying.
That's not a disease. That's a defect.
No, I'm of course. There's people that broke that's into that all the stuff. But people who wants to get away from stuff like that, they're gonna figure a way out to do it. So if that's filming movies, music, controlling people and somehow to make sure they can get away from certain things, they're gonna do it. But they're power hungry.
The stuff that's coming out on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I completely I can't even fathom what those people went through. But it's just, if you count everybody who's involved, it's a few rotten apples.
but those running uppers have all the power and money.
It
That's
was
what I'm
just
saying.
not,
They
it
make
was
the
not
rules.
addressed correctly in the right, matter, like fast enough. And then it's just all about money, because all the people that was involved, they didn't want to lose their chance, so they just they sold out a little bit like prostitution, I guess. I don't know. It's just like I'm in it for the money. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just gonna continue and do it. But don't you think that's all we do?
No, there's some good now, but the problem is like the bad people, they control everything, because us, we're good and we just want to I want you to be happy, you want me to be happy. I'm like, just do your life, do whatever you need. But the crazy
Without
people,
affecting other people. Yeah.
but the crazy people, they want to affect people. They want the glory, they want the money, they want to control you, they want you to suffer. And we don't think like that. That's why we're not. That's why we're not in the office.
You need the
like you want to be president of this country or Peru?
no.
Okay, crazy people, they do. They do. That's their life mission.
That's why it's hard for us to believe all
Yeah.
this stuff, because we don't think that way,
They do.
but they do.
But I can't safely say that everybody's like that. You know what I mean? I believe that there are some people
Yeah.
that get into power that want to do good, and then they try their best to stay true.
And they
sometimes they get assassinated. So I understand those.
They retire, they quit because they cannot make that change.
Because the system is rigged.
They were from the beginning. For example, Epstein, he died. What happened to the list?
Yeah, no, that's a
the
crazy
girlfriend.
thing.
She went to jail, right?
I don't know about that.
What's the name of the girlfriend?
I don't know if that was ever resolved.
She went to jail for what? For trafficking. Trafficking what? Nothing came out of it. What's the list? Yeah. Who did they traffic to? And nobody's talking about it. She's like in jail, living life right now. She has TV. She has yeah. She lives in
that was crazy, and I do understand.
And nobody's talking about it.
Where's all the migrant children from 2016, 17 that they were in detention centers? Where are all those kids? Supposedly they were going to find their families and reunite them. Did they ever get reunited?
You know what I'm saying?
No.
There's no. What's the list? Like, who's going? Why is she in jail? Trafficking for what? We don't know what she's trafficking of. She has to be in jail for trafficking something. So where's the other people? Some people have to pay for that. She was living like a millionaire.
There's big names involved. And
exactly.
I mean, Trump was those lists. Trump has pictures with Epstein and all.
A lot of people have pictures with them, And everybody's like, oh, I didn't know the guy was like that. Okay, who are the people that knew?
Yeah, for sure.
Prince Andrews.
And it's the same thing with
he's living life right now.
With P. Diddy now. With Diddy.
P. Diddy.
Yeah. People that are involved with him. Some people knew, like, oh yeah, there was some crazy things. I'd rather not. It's crazy that this comes out like 5 months after Cat Williams is like blowing the whistle everywhere.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy time. Like,
So is Cat Williams the only nice person in the world with power?
No. It's just have you seen the TV show The Blacklist?
I don't think so.
Okay, but it's the world. The world is more scary and dark than what we want to see of it.
Oh, I believe it.
The scums are not just ghetto people that are like living in fucking infested drug houses.
Right. No, there's
people in penthouse that are
of course,
just fucking killing people.
Yeah, they're horrible. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I do believe that certain amount of power too early, and if you're already like not wired correctly, and you get all that power, and you're a deviant, of course you start doing crazier things, and you don't care. Yeah. But it's not just that the people in control have this. What is it called? What's the word? Comportamientos, the behavior, this deviant behaviors. The deviant behaviors are inhuman.
Of course, from the beginning of time.
The combination is when people in power have these deviant behaviors, and it's the perfect recipe for a lot of people to suffer.
The system attracts people.
Yeah.
Or they bring them in a way that then they seduce them, and then they You know, it's like you can't fight from within because, like you say, you could get killed, you could get fired, you could get. So all of that I agree with. I don't feel comfortable making
Generalization.
yeah.
I do.
I think there's I think there is always I like to live in the gray. There's always exceptions, there's always
Of course, there's great people out there. There's great people. There are horrible people out there.
yeah.
But it's just mind blowing that people, when you say mind control or that people in power are doing this, that the reason why the cartel is bringing drugs over here. Nobody's talking about the list. Nobody's talking about what's happening in Pakistan. Like no, it doesn't happen like that. Yeah, it's only one or two people, but everything, the system's working perfectly. Like, nah, man.
No, nothing's working.
Nah,
perfectly.
that's crazy for me.
That's
It's just crazy that people are not. Maybe it's just me. It's just I find it crazy that people are more. It's like, no, that's just crazy talk. Yeah, there's some people, but it's not. No, it's not like that. It's like, dude, it is like that. The more you live, the more you see. Is like, it's crazy. It is like that. Man. It is like that.
And we're just here trying to make a buck.
Yeah,
That's right.
Something,
Oh, we gotta go.
Okay, that's been another great history life learned. I was right.
It's a
He
rough,
was wrong.
This is a rough episode. Conspiracy theories with Chava.
And Kallpa.
Not for Kallpa having to hear all that.
Make sure you follow me on my socials and him. And until next time, mi gente. Shoo!
No vidrios.
I was right.